this computer.
Okay.
Hey guys, Bob Schwartz from the Home Business Advertiser. I'm really excited to have a special guest with me today. Guy's name is Shane Douglas, and I've known Shane for about 15 years. It might even be a little bit longer than that. He's been on the cover of my magazine several times. I think this is his fourth or fifth time on the cover of the magazine. He has a 3-page story inside. I'm grateful to know this guy. He's a leader. I've got some questions that I'm going to be asking him, but welcome, Shane. I appreciate the opportunity just to speak with you today.
Well, thanks for having me on. It's fantastic. I'm excited about it.
Very cool. So I know you grew up, you're in a little town in Idaho with like 1,500 people from what I understand.
That's correct. Yeah, that
so
is.
But how do you have this network? You have a network of folks all around the world, all across the country. Can you just talk a little bit about, how you got started in the home-based business industry?
Yeah, I just kind of stumbled into the industry almost 30 years ago. I was a traditional business owner at the time. And frankly, I'll be honest with you, I'd never heard of any company, not even Amway, which seems kind of silly for anyone who's looked at a home-based business. Everyone's heard of Amway or other companies, but I had not heard of them. So the concept, when it was introduced to me, the guy who did it was horrifically terrible. Knew very little about his own company, but he did one thing that was smart, which he gave me this video that kind of explained how residual income worked. And as being a traditional business owner, understanding you got to go to work every day, work Monday through Sunday to make a living, the residual side of it was so attractive to me. I was like, this can't be real. Like, how can you do something 5 years ago and still be getting paid on it? It's impossible. So that's kind of how I got introduced to the industry in the very beginning. And then I started to build a team. And like you said, I live in a small town, have my whole life, still do today. My grandkids are here, my children are here, so I'm not going anywhere. So I learned to use the internet when it was dial-up. And if you're younger than hearing the word dial-up, thank God you weren't alive then. It was terrible. But the thing was, I had to reach out to people outside of my own town I had to figure out how to do it, right? And I had to figure out how to reach, expand my reach to build a network of people. Because, we all teach you, start in your hometown and let it grow from outside of there. Obviously, because people, they look at this and they know someone somewhere else. And that's what this business is all about. But if you can cast a bigger net, a wider net, then you have a better chance of finding you out there.
And that's, I'm going to try to share my screen to see if this works. So if not, just forgive me. But I do want to show people what the cover of the magazine looks like with you on the cover. You've got some really cool bullet points. So let me just share my screen here quickly and make sure that works. All right. Are you able to see that on your side, Shane?
Yes, clear as a bell. Good job.
Yeah, so check out this cover, guys. I love this cover. When I talked to Shane, he said, Bob, with the rising prices of gas, the rising prices of grocery, inflation, there's masks mandates and vaccination mandates. This is a perfect time to start a home-based business. So Shane, can you just talk a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, what's interesting is you look at our current economy, you look at kind of how socially we're moving through now. It's very interesting that people are kind of being pushed back into their houses almost, because regardless if you are a believer in mandates, non-mandates, masks, whatever, it doesn't matter. It is part of all of our lives now. So how do we build a business or feel secure in our employment that something good can happen if some governor just says, hey, you can't go to business because we're not going to have these buildings open. We're not going to do this. And for me, it's just like, geez, I've been in this industry, like I told you about, almost 30 years. This is the first time I've ever seen where they're pushing people back to their houses in our world. And this is like the perfect time to be in a home-based business, because now we have, online networking. We have this. I mean, Zoom is fantastic. I mean, we could see each other. We couldn't get any further apart than where we are right now, but we can build together if we wanted to. So I think that, Matt, if you've been looking in the past or maybe just said, hey, I'm tired of all this stuff and not knowing if I got a job next week I can go to or whatever, online's the way to go. There's no question about it.
Well, yeah, and if it's all right with you, I'm going to click on the website. So when we put the digital copy of Home Business Advertiser up, it is a printed magazine. That's going to go out in a couple of weeks, but the digital copy is up. So there's a hyperlink here to your website, which is capital B, the1.com. I'm going to click on that and bring up your website here. So can you just talk a little bit about how your funnel works? Like, in other words, Shane,
Absolutely.
I want to work with you. You've been doing this for a while. I mean, for how many years have you been doing this?
Almost 30 years.
30 years.
In December this year, we do 30 years.
You've got you've got customers and distributors all around the world.
Yeah.
I want to join your team. Can you just walk me through how this funnel works?
Absolutely. Well, first, Bob, let me just say this. The reason that I provide this is a lot of companies provide great training, right? But that only goes so far because we all bring certain skills and abilities to networking, and some of us have less skills than the others. So how do you get everyone to be able to win? That's the most important part. Well, that you have to have a system, and companies talk about systems, but just providing you with a training video is not a system. A system is something that, covers up your weaknesses until they become your strengths. And so the reason why I have a funnel like this, and this is what I provide people that join me, this is what I provide my team with, is a way to show someone else a short clip. This is about a minute and a half long, just to see if their friends, family, people they meet in the future, whatever, have some interest, because that's step one, right? Is creating interest. Now, if I'm not good at talking with people, or I'm shy, or I'd rather just be online, that's a weakness for me, right? But this covers it up because it allows someone else like me, maybe your friend, Bob, that said, I've been looking for this. And so this funnel, what it does is first they get to pique their interest. If they're interested, they can move to the presentation to see the information on how to make money. Right.
Right.
And again, that covers up another weakness for some people, because some people do not want to present. They get super shy. Maybe they get stage fright, even when it's just to their friend. Maybe it's worse for their friend. So my next step in my funnel provides a 5-minute video that really shows people how to make money with our company in this industry. Now, the reason why all this is important is that, I'm full-time, obviously been full-time for a long time. It's the only way I provide for my family is home-based business. So if I'm working with you, then I can now insert myself with your friend or the person you met and use my expertise in the industry and with our company to be able to share with your friend the business so that you can see how it's done. So I'm creating a duplicatable system that allows other people to win. Now, the final step, which is not in this funnel, is just the launch training. And so I provide a training that's 15 minutes long that shows people how to get started, how to make their first check, how to turn a profit right away within their first 48 hours. And all of this is super important. I would say this, Bob, look, I don't care if someone doesn't want to join with me, that's cool. I'm fine with that. But if you're looking for home-based business and your upline business partner does not provide you with a way to cover up your weaknesses in the beginning, I promise you, it doesn't matter what the compensation plan is. It doesn't matter how great you think the product is. You will not succeed. There's no way to succeed if you can't share a story and then enroll somebody and help them do the same. There's no way to do that. And
Right.
so you and I, we've talked in the past, but for me, that's what people don't get when they join a business. Like, oh, but this is the hottest thing. No, it's not hot if you can't do it. It's not hot if you can't make money or that your friends can't make money. That does not work. So, it's important that everyone understands that who's new to the industry.
And I love this kind of a system because, like you're saying, if let's say I have had some network marketing experience, but maybe I haven't had the kind of experience that I'm really looking for, I can partner up with someone like you who's a multi-million dollar producer in the industry, and you'll help me get a system like you have, a sales funnel that you have. And I know the kind of training and support. Can you talk about that training and support? It is more than just a video. This is your training video. No, that's not it. You've been doing this for 30 years.
Right.
How do you help your people?
So basically what happens, Bob, is the reason I provide the videos is so it's duplicatable. The next step is, like, let's say you were a leader. Let's say you're someone who has already been able to build a team and do all those things. Imagine if your team had a system and you were with that system and you have your expertise. Well, now you've gained a huge advantage because the masses are new to networking. The masses have not done much in networking. So you need the system first. But what I would do with you is, for example, depending on your level, maybe you're brand new. If you're brand new, then I'm going to work hand in hand with you. I'm going to show you how to use the system, how to lead people to it. And then we're going to work together doing presentation and training, right? That's going to be interactive. And this proves that it can happen because here we are on Zoom. If you were in, whether you were in New York or Florida or Nebraska, California, Hawaii, Germany, it doesn't matter. I could be on the same Zoom with your contact. Exactly. And so the best way to learn, at least for me, I don't know about everybody else, is to see it done.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge reader because when something excites me, when I read about it, the rest of the book is a blank because in my mind, I'm thinking, how can I apply this?
Yeah, right.
So I always do audiobooks because I got to listen to 100 times to get all the information. So, that's why everyone's so different that there is no way you could provide a training video or a system that works exactly the same for everyone because everyone has a different personality. So as a partner of mine, as a business partner of mine, I'm going to find out right away where your weaknesses are, and I'm going to feel those weaknesses and I'm going to teach you how to make them a strength, because that's overall the key here. We're in this for a long time, not one meeting, not one sign up, that's what's really important to understand is that if you want to join a business, anything you do in your life, it takes time to become a pro at it, right? Mm-hmm. Unless you've done it in the past. It takes time. So why anyone would think they could join a business because, they need to make money or whatever it is, and it's going to be a lottery ticket for them. That's just not the case. And I'm not someone who's going to hype people up or motivate them to do one more thing. I want to teach them how to do it, and so that they can actually apply it later.
And the reason why I love this story right now is the timing. I don't think the timing really could be better. We've heard that for years and years and years. People, the timing is perfect. And it usually is. I mean, just the tax breaks alone, everybody needs to have a home-based business opportunity just for that. But when I look at my Google stories in the morning, they're always about side hustle nation. Everybody's looking at the gig economy. There's guys out there, who quit their jobs. They don't want to have a boss anymore. I don't want to wear a mask. I don't want to get a vax. It's my choice. Yeah. And I want to make my own money. And you have a way for them to do that. So I'm grateful.
Well, and Bob, I think that's the key is that, like in the article of this magazine, we talk about like-minded people. Look, there is millions of like-minded people, but how do you get to them? How do you know them? How do you introduce them to something like this? And I think right now, just like you said, for many people, they're just tired of being told what to do. And for beans, they're not, I don't guarantee anybody can make any money in this industry if they're not willing to learn it and work. Mm-hmm. But wouldn't you rather work for yourself? Wouldn't you rather, be doing this and being motivated for yourself versus doing it for someone else's, ambition and their dreams? And, they had a dream to own a company that you work for. Really? Mm-hmm. Like, that's not your dream. That's not something that, you want to do. So you can start part-time in this industry. That's what's great is you can say, let's see how this works for me and if I can really do this. And then as you start to raise your income level, then you get a choice, right? Stay with my job, leave my job, do both, do this more. Choices are good in life. I don't care what they are, but we like to have choices, and you've got to give yourself a chance. If you do the same thing every day, every week, every month, every year, and you look at your bank account or look at your situation and you think it's going to change, it's not going to. That's why people buy lottery tickets.
Right.
It gives them hope. For $1, they get hope that this will change my life. And so it's important to be on that same kind of mental thinking, especially as the new year begins.
And with your systems and funnels and the opportunity that you chose to be with, I mean, from what I understand, like you've been able to work from home for all these years. Your wife works from home. You've been able to be a coach, to your sons playing football. I hear grandbabies in the back. That's just like a
you hear that? Yeah, my grandbaby's kind of in the other room there. Yeah, my daughter's here today, and so she's got her 1 month old, almost 2 months old actually right now. So wow. I mean, hey, isn't that fantastic? Yes. That you have a life and you enjoy what you do. And there's no 9 to 5. I got to go to work today. I got to get up this morning. It's if I want to start early today, I can. If I want to start at 4 o'clock in the afternoon today, I can. That's what I wanted. I mean, honestly, I wanted choices. I didn't want the rest. I couldn't do the other.
Very good. All right, well, we're coming up on the half an hour. We're recording this. I'm gonna burn it up on a YouTube video and send it out to my list, directing them to go to your website to contact you. Is that the best way, just to go through the system?
Absolutely, because as soon as they go into that funnel, I'm going to get their information. If they want to reach out to me in there on that second step, they can reach out to me directly. I definitely want to chat with them and just see what their goals are. And if it's a match, if it's not, I promise you one thing, I'm the last person in the world going to sell somebody on doing this. I just want to help somebody that's looking for it. That's all.
Yeah, that's one. There's no pressure working with this guy. All right, Shane, thank you so much. I will send you a link to this, and I'll put a link in the description down below. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see a copy of the magazine and haven't already, go to homebusinessadvertiser.com. I'd be happy to send you a free copy. But Shane, thank you so much. Be good and God bless, brother.
Thank you. Appreciate it. God bless.
All right.